Alright guys, I want to talk a little bit about Zack Khan's 2013 pro debut. He turned pro in 2009, I believe, and that was the last competition he competed in, was the competition he actually turned pro, and so we haven't really got to see him compete against other pros yet. So basically he competed in 2013 Dallas Europa. It was this past weekend. I'm looking at the placings right now. He got 7th place. Which is obviously not a very impressive placing based off the hype that he's been getting and the notoriety that he has for the size that he is. He's a really big dude. I believe he's 300 plus pounds in the off season, and he has a huge fan base, a huge following, and I'm sure a lot of people really expected him to do some damage in his first competition. But that was not the case. 7th place. I would chalk it up to conditioning. A lot of the bigger guys have problems with getting the really good conditioning when they come into competition. If you look back in the 90s, there's a bodybuilder named Greg Kovacs. He was like 400 plus pounds in the off season. He got a huge amount of hype and a huge amount of notoriety for his size and how big he was. He was like ridiculously fucking shredded in the off season, or not shredded. What the fuck? He was ridiculously big in the off season and in competition. He competed at like 300 plus pounds, like 320, I think, was his highest competition weight. And anyway, his best placing was like 14th place at the New York Pro. So he got a huge amount of hype, but he really never did any damage as a bodybuilder. And I think Zack Khan's gonna meet that same kind of fate. I'm not hating on Zack Khan in any way, by any means. I love Zack Khan. He's a hilarious dude. I love his videos. I love his posts. His tweets are hilarious. He's a funny ass dude. I love him. No disrespect to him at all. I'm just saying, if he doesn't get his conditioning dialed in the way it needs to be, he's probably going to meet a similar fate to that some of the other huge bodybuilders have met. I'm looking here at the placings. And the guys that placed above him, I was kind of surprised about 4, 5, and 6. 4th place was a guy named Mohammed Banut. I've never heard of him. I didn't think his conditioning was great at all. I was kind of surprised by that placing. Number 5, I've also never heard of Corey Matthews. I got to give him credit. He had some pretty sick conditioning. I'm looking here at number 6, Drew Jamat. I wasn't really impressed by his conditioning at all. Obviously, it doesn't just come down to conditioning. It comes down to proportions, size. What's the fucking word I'm looking for? Symmetry. Well, I guess size really wasn't a factor in today's competition, but I thought Zack Khan looked fucking huge next to some of these guys. Especially next to Mohammed Banut. I thought he'd fucking dwarf that dude. But 1, 2, and 3, I wasn't really surprised by. Steve Kuklo definitely deserved to get first. His conditioning was great. He was huge. He was super dry, super hard. I was really impressed by him. Essa Obayad, I've always been a fan of. I think his conditioning and vascularity is fucking ridiculous, bar none. His vascularity is crazy, and when he comes in condition, he looks great, so he deserves second. Lionel Bayecki, I'm a fan of his physique, but in the past, he's had conditioning problems, and he's come into shows just looking like he's not even going to do any type of damage at all. So I wasn't really impressed by him in this show. I think his conditioning was a little bit better than some of the conditioning I've seen of him in the past, but 3rd place is probably a fair placing for him. He's got a great physique, but it just really comes down to, can he dial it in. So that's really it for Zack Khan's first show. I love Zack Khan. He's a great dude. If you're watching this, I love you, man. I met you a couple times, actually. You obviously probably don't remember. You're fucking Zack Khan. I've met you at the Arnold like 3 times, dude. So I just wanted to give you this little shout-out video. If you like Zack Khan, give this video a like. You know, show him your support. Let him know, man. Give him that motivation to keep trying and keep doing better. Because I would love to see Zack Khan do some serious damage in the IFBB. He's a funny dude, and he's got a massive physique. I think his arms are some of the best arms in the IFBB today. Just the roundness of his shoulders and just his tricep roundness. He's just got great fucking arms. So give this video a like if you like Zack Khan, guys. Hope this informed you guys a little bit.